of the population of this country within the tenets of the Constitution, the first important aspect is for this balancing, the educational institutions have to be viewed differently. And therefore, the suggestion which Dr. Shetty I am wanting to put across is university, which is in terms of Section 2F of the University Grants Commission Act, is the only definition which is there in any other contemporary act in this country, including any law related thereto. The privilege of conferment of the degree is exclusively the domain of a university. University, as defined in Section 2F, contemplate what is being put across in the national education policy with reference to educational institutions being categorized into three distinct categories, and all three distinct categories having right to the conferment of the university. If the categorization contemplates research-intensive universities as category 1, teaching and research-intensive universities as category 2, and all other academic institutions which are autonomous with the right to be conferring the degree, then in that situation, all the three categories get transformed into the word university itself. Now, this being the situation, the point which I want to draw home for the purpose of balancing of the quality against quantity is, even today, a university which is created under the parliamentary enactment of central university, a university which is created with the state under the state enactment of state university, or deemed to be university created under the Section 3 of the UGC Act approved by the Government of India. They are all universities and they are bracketed together under the rubric of Article 12 of the Constitution of India as states. State has got a very definitive, connotative meaning in the parlance of Constitution of India. And therefore, the first proposition is, if university is a state per state and is covered under the ambit of Article 12 of the Constitution of India, under the national education policy, when all higher educational institutions bracketed into three distinct categories will have the right of conferment of university, am I not therefore right in contemplating that every degree conferring university under the national education policy will be designated as a deemed state covered within the rubric and ambit of Article 12 of the Constitution of India? Why I am saying so? The various ambits which are required to be covered in terms of the new education policy or national education policy for built upon the quality centricity, for balancing quality with quantity, contemplates an autonomy which is required to be vested for the purpose of timely decision making in all areas of educational profile, which may include curriculum prescription, which may include teaching learning modalities, which may include policy frames, which may include incorporation of technology, which may incorporate governing bylaws, and which may include various modalities which are contemplated for assessment as a part of tools in terms of internationalization of credits, working out in the form of academic banking of credits, resulting in archival, redemption, and deposition of the credits accruable, including the propositions of modalities of progression which have been contemplated in the national education policy. It's never possible that we will be in a position to leverage even within a huge country like ours in terms of quality centricity, in terms of one group. There will be differential levels and there are bound to be differential levels, and hence not the concept of a graded autonomy that we are wanting to be linking as a part of incentivization. It is imperative that if these rubrics which are incorporated in the ambit of the national education policy, if they are to be converted into a living reality, then as rightly contemplated, the empowerment of the higher educational institutions, which Dr. Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan in terms of the Education Commission report way back in 1948 to 1952 said that national reconstruction is possible only in the temples which are called as educational institutions in free India. Therefore, the analogy which was then philosophical in character, if it is to be actualized in terms of the realistic dimensions of the national education policy, believe me, ladies and gentlemen, empowerment of the higher educational institutions, including working out a model of governance which will be a true replica or a true modality of that particular autonomy, is the need of the hour. Because In that situation, the various modalities of timely structuring of the curriculum in terms of the various perceived needs might need analysis. The various linking of commensurate teaching tools, techniques, technologies, and timeliness can be easily worked out. Incorporation of rather being put across into regulatory frame which otherwise will be in a position to be jargonian in character, there will be a definite immunity. Praising that they will be light and tight, good for praise, but the operational praise cannot be ending up in grounding that autonomy which is mandated for the purpose of timely and required decision making. It is in this balance, ladies and gentlemen, the credit systems of assessment 360 degrees modality, number one. Number two, continuous assessment contemplated absolutely a benchmark for the purposes of quality-centric internationalization. The lateral entry and the lateral exit and the collateral entry, including the frames which have been put across, absolutely right as far as the purposive index is concerned, including the retention of the credit, progression linked with the credit earned, including redemption of the credit, with a currency which ultimately should be in a position to be standing into international transfer is a way forward if the national education policy is contemplated. Really, ladies and gentlemen, it's very easy to prescribe a standardized currency. But a currency is a piece of paper which is required to be incorporating a declaration. You look into your and my own currency that we have. There is a declaration which is printed on that piece of paper under the signature of the Governor of the Reserve Bank of India, where it is a promissory note that the bearer is entitled to be having a word of the value which is indicated and printed therein. That is the meaning of the word credit. A credit is an antithesis to the word discredit. Is one thing which has to be borne in mind. When we contemplate a credit, when we are contemplating the workability of a credit, when we are talking about the transferability of a credit, mind well, ladies and gentlemen, it's very easy to prescribe the standards which will be incorporated for the purposes of description and structuring of it. There are guidelines, 6 guidelines which are required to be availed for the purposes of formulation of credit. So the whole world has taken note of them. We will be able to crystallize that. A credit is possible only of use and worth when it is put to a banking system, because retention is one of the entitlements linked with it. With that retention, redemption is another important aspect linked to it. Correlation is the third dimension linked to it. Linking it with collateral progression in terms of retention and addition, another fourth dimension of it. And the fifth is ultimately it should end up in a transfer, not only within the institutions in this country, but if internationalization is a real criterion for the purposes of policy-centric benchmarking, then it is the international transfer of the credit which ultimately is expected to be the path onto that particular purpose. Ladies and gentlemen, I am happy that even on this important theme, you will be all working out a work on model mechanism on that particular point. I am absolutely praised for that, ladies and gentlemen. That is the workability that we are wanting to work on. But the real issue will be what is required to be embedded, because when I say a note resulting in credit is a promissory note. When you say that I as a learner, I have earned 3 credits, then in that situation, the credit which is being certified to me is a promissory note which I am required to be carried for the purposes of redemption at any and every time. And what is that promise? Promise is when I say that I have earned these credits and they are there in my bank, it is not a passive banking which I am required to be resorted to. Mind well, continuing medical education or continuing professional update also is there, which is a promissory note which is guaranteed by the conferring authority. Therefore, university as the state, RBI for the purpose of financial currency as the state, the signatory there, the RBI governor, here the certifying authority, in terms of a certified credit is a promissory note which is being backed by the earner in terms of a certification which he or she is in a position to retain and redeem is the real operational part of the issue. Mind well, in a promissory note, there is nothing like depreciation which is contemplated thereunder. Therefore, the concept of depreciation is not workable when we talk about the educational credits. Is yet another important dimension which has to be taken note of. The way forward in terms of the principles, ladies and gentlemen, has been worked out well. I have every reason to say that the polemics, the directions which have been put across, but then working that out in terms of the incorporated quality centricity. My certification, when I say that one credit is allocated, then the allocation of that one credit in terms of content being and duly quality centric, in terms of operation being duly quality centric, in terms of assessment being duly quality centric, and in terms of therefore certification being duly quality centric. The four important levels of a doability credit earned. Therefore, ladies and gentlemen, a credit declared to have been earned without it turning out to be an operational credit is worse than a discredited discredit is a polemic which has to be borne in mind. Hence, ladies and gentlemen, absolutely the desired system that we are embarking on, it puts a very heavy degree of onus on all the operators of higher education and more so on people like you and me who are teachers in the higher educational system. It's in that context, awareness, understanding, incorporation, structuring and usage turn out to be the five important aspects for the purpose of clearest of the clear understanding, whereby we will be finally in a position to work it out. In spite of the principles governing prescription of credit, it is imperative that we will be required to be working it out at the level of our own higher educational institutions, making them workable but not compromising with the real formulation of the structure which is needed to be balancing it, ensuring its fair, articulate and judicious transferability and redeemability as it is classically defined in terms of the credit. Ladies and gentlemen, there are a good number of things which I can put across for the purposes of discussion. But really, I am just wanting to read a gross orientation in regard to the significance and importance that realistically all of you are wanting to undertake in this workshop. I am sure the various aspects which are required to be taken note of, they will be built upon and energetically made as a part of clearest of the clear understanding, so that as and when the operability is required, we will be in a position to be the torch bearers on that particular count. I am very happy to share that the initiative which has been undertaken. As a matter of fact, I was to be personally physically present over there, but because of my injury where I have fractured my metatarsal, I am not in a position to make it. Therefore, in absentia on the virtual mode, I am wishing you all very best for the entire workshop to prosper with the resource persons operating there on, hoping for sure that we will end up in really being declared as every higher educational institution as a state for the purposes of dispensation of this credit, where the certified institution, certified head is in a position to be designated as the head of the state in the realistic sense of economy for the purposes of responsive accountability. In this prologue, ladies and gentlemen, thanking you, very thanking all of you, hoping that we should be in a position to embark onto a path of realistic actualization of national education policy in its truest sense for the purpose of reaping the benefits that are incorporated therein in the larger interest of nation as a whole and for that matter, globe as a whole. Thank you very much for patience.
Thank you very much, sir. Each time we want to start something new, we need that push, and that is what has started. And we really, we are very happy that you could connect with us online. And though in fact we were expecting you in person, we understand, but this effort is a lot, sir. Please take care of your health, sir. We have your representative Tripti here to take care of the workshop. Thank you so much, sir. I now invite Dr. Drupti, Professor of Physiology from JMNC Thematic Institute.
Vice Chancellor Ma'am, my mentor, whom I have idolized, I have grown up seeing Dr. Shetty sir, Dr. Lata, and all the faculty members who are present here. As you have recently witnessed what Ved Prakash Mishra sir was saying, that he wanted to be here. However, he just fractured his metatarsal and he couldn't be, therefore he came virtual. And I cannot at all match the way he could have spoken and dealt with this particular topic. So I am bringing his words to you. And therefore the presentation is by Sir itself. The thematic introduction of academic bank of credits has already been done. Now we are sitting in a workshop, so we have to do certain exercises, right? First of all, let us select a person who will be representing this group. So I need a rapporteur. So who volunteers to be the rapporteur and maybe the torchbearer of academic bank of credits in future? Anyone? It's a very simple task. Thank you very much. So just jot down the points which we'll discuss as it comes. And who will be the timekeeper? How much time do we have, ma'am? Yeah. So how much time do we have? Okay, 15 minutes. So who's going to keep the time? Fine. So 15 minutes time. And Dr. Pramod Rapporteur. We have 5 objectives to talk about. One is thematic introduction, which we have done. Need and purpose of academic bank of credits. Can you just raise your hand because you're representing different institutes? How many of you are registered in the National Academic Depository? How many of the institutions? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So some of you are yet to. Well, that's an important aspect for any institution, because whether it is academic bank of credits or it is DigiLocker for a student, it has to be governed, it has to be functional through the institutional account. So there's a nodal officer who represents your institution, and he has to actually register in the NEP through DigiLocker. So you can see it's a foundation or the backbone of a big word, academic flexibility, which you all are grappling upon. How is it possible? Certificate after 1 year, diploma after 2 years, degree after 3 years. Read the new graduate medical education regulations. The new in 2023. But if you've got a chance to speak in, you realize there's a line stated. The universities, the medical colleges, they are free or they can have flexible structure to offer additional course development of a learner. It seems simple, but it has got vast implications. And it shows how even the regulatory councils are slowly embracing these changes. Well, rest of the students and rest of your learners are actually getting the benefit of, depositing credit, the flexibility of moving, maybe changing their disciplines at one given point of time. Why not health professionals will come? What we need to realize is, whether it's a non-health program or a health program, all the learners should be registered in the ABC bank. Okay? So just shut off that idea from your mind that medical students, dental students, nursing students, they don't need to register. Please do. Let every student register in that bank. Let them have their account. Right? First thing. Beyond curricular courses. Yeah. So those are known as cross-cutting courses. Yeah. Yes, sir. Yeah. Yes. Thank you, sir. So, allocation of credits is done. Whichever courses you plan beyond curriculum, make it credit based. That's a foundation. Unless that is done, we will not be able to actually. Sri Ramachandra has 444 students already registered in the academic bank of credits. When if you play with that website, you will realize a sea change has occurred. More than 20,000 institutions are already a part of it. Students, I cannot even quote the number because the dynamics are changing every hour by NAAC. Maybe ranking in the top 100 by NIF is an institution of eminence, or top 1,000 global institute either in QS or Times rankings, or any institution of national importance can be a part of or can register in this portal. Have you downloaded it? By end of the day, we should go through all these 3 documents. I'll ask the organizers not to give certificates to any of the participants unless they take this undertaking.
I'm not good at it. Also, not that it is deep.
Well, I'll directly go to the most important part of it. That's the mainstay. You have to be, any student, any learner should have a DigiLocker. After DigiLocker, just click onto it, go to the category section. Go to the category section. Could you find the category? Yeah. Click on, can you see it? Give your mobile number. So the number which is linked to your Aadhaar. So your mobile number just linked to your Aadhaar. So who was able to go to the category section? Anyone? Well, did you find the DigiLocker app? At least see the category section where you can find education. Mobile number. Well, we are all lifelong. So he is one of the nodal officers. So your group has one person. It's a task which needs to be undertaken by all of us. Oh, wonderful, ma'am. Congratulations to you. So how many students have you registered in your group? So yours is a medical institute as well? But have we inducted our health professional learners also?
No,
Not yet.
Only the other allied health.
Yes. So please, this will be my humble request. You register all your students. Because later on, when we are talking about multidisciplinarity, these students can take up courses from other institutes as well. So unless they have that account with them, their credits cannot be entered, and there will be no mobility possible for the student from one institute to another institute for taking up courses. So this mobility, this is what you give. You give flexibility to the learner for academic mobility, which is possible only when he has a account in ABC. Well, it was so simple. Yes, sir.
Full understanding of mobility in all the universities is that. Not interdepartmental mobility, inter-institutional mobility. We don't talk about intra at all. Mobility means I have got tie-up with some foreign universities, Canada, America. This is where we are losing the ground. There's lot of areas we can have at universal mobility and multidisciplinary. It starts with multidisciplinary, then intra, then interdisciplinary, then trans, everything like that. Suddenly we are start thinking from the other end. Immediately we say we have connectivity with some related university or something like that. But we don't want to work together or find different disciplines. This is the problem.
Thank you, sir. Well, and once you have a DigiLocker account, that account can accommodate your academic credentials as well as the credits which you have earned. Okay? So both things can be kept in the DigiLocker. Yeah, you have any question? Yeah. So you could do that? Wonderful. So your DigiLocker. Explore more. You can see your education. You can see this Get Bank of Credits. And you can click onto it and make your own ABC ID. So you get that card. And now in this particular account, you will be getting credits as and when allocated by your institute. Yeah, I think, okay, so the timekeeper has given the first warning that time's up. Quickly, I want from the participants, what kind of challenges do you foresee? Student cannot add it.
University will add to the NAD portal and automatically it will be reflected.
Yes. If you open the site of NAD, open it, and if your institution is registered, you can log in. Login is always for DigiLocker. Okay? So once you log in, you will see how many students have actually registered in the ABC portal. And then when you can also see on one side, Academic Bank of Credits, where you enter, there you can upload the credits of the students. Where there's a standard format for it. You cannot put it in any way you want. So the standard formats are also proposed in the site itself. So those standard formats have to be adopted, and you have to. The most important challenge which he was facing right now. No. Mobile number linked to Aadhaar. The most important challenge. Students cannot do it because their mobile numbers are not linked to Aadhaar. So we having a student size of around 6,500, we could register only 5. Should we make this account during admissions itself? That will make things easier. Anyways, so my time's up. Well, my time's up, but the rapporteur's time begins, so I think you have a helper with you. Yes, sir. Can you just help quickly? I think time's up. Thank you so much, and we can take up questions later on also. Yeah.
research doesn't get completed. And NRF also should promote the specialty-wise journals which should go on, so that a good quality specialty-wise journals also should be promoted, so that the publication avenues are kept open. And lastly, the NRF should continue to handhold the institutions and improve the quality and also improve the center the researchers base, so that they can do by various conferences and facilitating the collaboration between various institutions. That will be engineering, other technical institutions, the medical institutions. These collaborations